So we are going to edit an already existing shell for a full screen scoreboard for Sports Buzz. So when you open up Lyric, the first thing you want to do is call up your shell, your template. And this one in particular is saved at 8885. So on this keypad, I'm going to type in 8885 and hit the read key right here. Here's our shell. So this shell is set up with two different elements. You have your image that's taking up your entire canvas in the back, and then you have all of these text boxes that are ready to be edited. And there are two ways you can go about editing these text boxes. You can either use a keyboard shortcut and bring up a template update and edit it that way, or you can tab through all of these. So the first one we'll do is the keyboard shortcut. So if you hit Alt, either Alt on the keyboard is fine, Alt and then T, you get this window, the template update window, and you can see every single piece of information that is in this scoreboard that you can go in and change. So let's change the team names for now, and the scores, why not? Once you've changed all of your, once you've changed your text in the template update, you hit OK, and it'll change out here. Your other option, when you have a shell like this with this many different templates and text boxes to update, you can very easily tab through all of them and update them on the canvas. So with your canvas, make sure your canvas is active. So your top bar here will be blue instead of gray. With your canvas selected, all you do is hit the tab key. And you'll see up here, you'll see your baseline arrows moving. So in every text box, all these green lines going across the screen, these are your baselines where all of your text is residing. As you hit the tab key, you'll see the arrows go from one box to the next. So whichever box has these green arrows in it is the one that you're currently editing. And I can just cycle through all of them. So now I want to edit our stat boxes. So let's come down here. And if I start typing, it will start updating. And then I'll hit tab, come into the next box, and I can start typing again. And these boxes are already set up to change the text to fit. You can edit that. For the shells that we have already set up, you don't need to do that. If you ever wanted to adjust it, you come down here. Anytime you're in a template, you will get a template update box down here as well, and you can see everything assigned to it. So right now, all the text is left aligned, it all has a drop shadow, all the text is white. This button right here, or excuse me, this box right here is checked, size to fit. If you have this checked, your text will fit in whatever size text box you make. So you don't have to worry about editing your font size or anything like that. If I uncheck this, it would just spill out over the text box and not fit in your prescribed area. So if I come back to the canvas, right, light it up, make sure your canvas is active, tab over to the next box. 3 hits, 2 RBIs, and a home run, because why not? And it's the exact same for every single box on here. You just keep tabbing through, and you note where all of your arrows are, which box is active. And you just work. Once you've updated all of your text boxes, all of your templates, and you think your scoreboard is ready to go, you're going to want to record it at a new number instead of just saving it over what you're working on, because this is a shell, this is a template. If we keep saving over the exact same message number, you won't be able to call each scoreboard up later. Everything's going to get lost in the shuffle. In this shell, we also have the option to change the logos. There are a few more steps. It's not just importing a new graphic and being done with it. You got to make sure everything's on the appropriate layer. So let's update this logo right here with the Yankees logo. So if you go to the top of your screen and hit the import graphic button, you're going to navigate out to the iDrive, right? Everything lives on the iDrive. We are in the SportsBuzz profile, not SportsBuzz 2016. We're in the SportsBuzz profile, so I'll go into the SportsBuzz folder, into Images, and I know we have all of our logos saved in this folder called Artwork, and then Logos, and there's my Yankees logo. So I'm going to select this, open it up. So now I need to edit it, I need to resize it, and get it on the appropriate layer. So what I'm going to do is get this in my general area where I'd like it. Come over to your scene graph. And this is just like Photoshop. It's not going to look the way you want it unless it's on the correct layer. So obviously these logos need to be under our scoreboard logo. So in the scene graph, I'm going to grab my Yankees logo, drag it all the way down here. Right now it's under the Mets logo we still have in here, so I'm going to select it in the scene graph, come back up to the top window, and hit this red X right here, delete object. And now I can see my Yankees logo is under there. To resize it, to make sure it fits in our logo box, come back over to the scene graph, just like Photoshop, select your layer. So here's my Yankees logo layer. Up here with all my edit tools, I'm going to hit the scale tool, which is 3 over from the left. And I'm going to click and drag in to make it smaller. Once I have the size I want, I'm going to come back to edit tools, hit my move tool, the edit position tool, and drag it so it's exactly where I want it to be. Okay. So now that we've updated the text boxes we want to update, I've changed my logos, I'm going to save this I'm going to record this at a new number instead of just saving it over our template. Otherwise, everything's going to get lost in the shuffle and you won't be able to recall any of your scoreboards. So let's say we're using this for show 92 of SportsBuzz. So I'm going to go ahead and save this to number 9200. So I'm going to type in on my keypad 9200. And then I'm going to hit up here the record button. I'm going to get the little green status bar saying I've been successful. I've recorded number 9200 in the SportsBuzz profile. So from here, since I've recorded it there, I'm already at number 9200. I can go ahead and play it out into CG. So that is Control Play, button up here. And there you go. Once this is recorded and it is saved to a number, you can go ahead and call it back up if you need to edit it. So let's call up 9200 on the keypad again. So 9200 and hit the read button. I'm back in the scoreboard I was just editing, and I can go ahead and start editing the rest of my text boxes as I see fit.